In a world where global communication is connecting us in many ways, we need to stay connected. Anytime, anywhere, any place. Welcome to the world of Athalos.
So how are you, buddy?
I'm doing very well.
That is good, that's good.
Glenn,
Yes?
because look, I already want to interrupt you.
Yeah?
Because I met you yesterday morning.
For the first time. In person?
But I felt already for a long time, you're my brother.
Aww.
Yeah,
buddy.
Man, I'm getting emotional here.
That's what this is all about.
That's it.
Why are we doing what we're doing? That's the whole point.
Do where you believe in. And it will happen. It's tough, specifically in this pandemic period. You know, meet the right people on the right track, on the right momentum. It's not easy, but when it happens full impact. And this is what I felt when I met you yesterday morning.
Yeah.
We were sitting in the car.
Yep.
And our conversation started, and endlessly it's floating. Thank you for being here in Holland.
Well, thank you very much for having me here, and I'm honoured to be part of the Athalos journey, and what an interstellar journey it shall be, my friend. Oh, so I'll tell you what. Here's a question. We did some presentations with the team. That's one of the reasons we're here for the next 3 days. Yeah. Some team building things. You wrote on the board at one point. I'm just curious because I haven't asked you yet. So this is the first time I'm going to ask you this question. You'd written in some stuff from Insomnia, something about live and life, but you did a capital V and a capital F. What was that all about? Why the capital V? Why the capital F? Is there a reason? Because it stands out. There's a big V, there's a big F. I didn't ask at the time. I'm curious.
It's live your life, right? Live your life.
Live your life.
Every day, because every day is an event. And this comes from a deeper passion that I had with the entertainment company, Insomnia Global, where the mantra is the Omega sign, which stands for total experience.
Is that what it stands for? It's an Indian symbol,
It's an Indian symbol. It's recognized globally, and it's a very spiritual symbol. And for me, it was a source of inspiration when I started in 2003, the Insomnia Global company, because I really want to get involved into music productions, DJ productions, and event productions. And I met a lot of people all around the globe, and this sign was already in my life somewhere, somehow. And again, we will talk later about synchronicity, beautiful coincidence with a purpose. And live your life is the accent for me personally, and I hope for everybody with me around us that you have to live your life, because we all know it's short, it is impressive, it is tough, it's not easy, but if you have the right people, your wife, your kids, your family, everybody, your best friends, it's so worth to do good things. And again, like we shared in the car, many things on the way to meet the right people.
Well, picking up on that point then, like, in the car when you're talking about sort of, when you're on the right path, and it's like things fall into place. Can you give me an example of some of the instances of that, of recent, of people falling in on this journey? Or start telling us the journey. I mean, tell me some destiny.
The journey is as far as your consciousness is about the purpose of your journey is getting clear. It is clear what is your goal. And we always want to identify a certain kind of goal. It's the red line of your life. And what I recognized in the past couple of years, which I shared yesterday morning in the team session, is I had, of course, also a couple of very difficult years in my life.
Yeah.
In many ways, it could be private, it could be business, combination-wise.
Do you mind sharing? Like, I mean, you don't want to share that? Well, I mean, it's interesting. There's nothing. I don't think you didn't do anything wrong.
Yes, I think it's important to share the things where you learn from, and one of them is, and it's resonating still in my system.
I think about positive learning.
Positive learning, but if you're swamped into a crisis, it's milking you out. You're not getting the most pleasant person back in your soul, and your environment is acknowledging that. You meet a black period in your life, because if you're not following the let's say, the color of red line as a signal, but the black signal, a lot of things are happening around you, which is negative. And I had that in 2012 when we were executing a beautiful event in partnership. In Belgrade.
Giant event. I mean, it's impressive. Go on.
Thanks.
Speak about it and what went wrong. Go on.
It is, and still, it's a very positive experience, and the exploration of that complete company and with all the people and that surrounding was fantastic. But the second year, after the first impressive year of being sold out, and everything was greater than great. But the second year, we found corruption. Not only in the company itself in Belgrade, but also mainly in the black ticketing.
Sure. But to give it some context, though, a 28,000 person dance party in Belgrade.
Yeah.
And it was in Belgrade because, talk about Kosovo and stuff and the dark period that had gone before.
Exactly. So the enlightenment to launch Sensation White there was really literally Interstellar was coming here. And I was very happy with the partnership that we had with ID&T and with all these sponsors and partners that were engaged with us. But nevertheless, we found that, if you're positive and you want to create something positive, there's always a minus. There's always a resistance. There's always, okay, how can I benefit from that?
And what happened? Go on, tell us.
Happened is if you're standing at 12 o'clock, main stage, and you see between 25 up to 28,000 people there.
Wow.
And you look at your ticketing watch and you see, 8,500 tickets are sold. So we knew from that moment we have a loss and we stay smiling.
But these are black tickets. Somebody's
black
out there
tickets,
flogging tickets. 28,000 people.
Gaps everywhere in security. Long story short, we registered everything because CCTV camera systems showed that really that was happening. So we had all evidence.
You could see security guards flogging tickets, right?
They just opened the door, took the money. People in yellow shirts were playing around. That there were security. Long story short, it was too late to act. So after that moment, really 12 o'clock 2012. I asked myself, okay, now something is going to change my life again.
Wow.
And again, I don't want to point out to the complete environment, what did we had to do better to overcome that. There were all kinds of signals also. But we thought, it will not be...
You mean before this happened, there were signals?
Because the sales was lowering down 2 weeks before the event, while it was increasing normally.
Right.
Which was a logical, let's say, increase of ticket sales.
Sure.
And people were hesitant to become part of it. So, long story short, what you learn from that momentum is that it's happening, and then you need to act. And
you ended up like £250,000 in debt because of having to pay the bills for the venue and things like that. Is that correct?
£750,000.
£750,000 in debt.
£750,000. So then you have to talk to tax law. You have to talk to your bank.
Wow.
You need to ask your vendors to help you, and you're with your back against the wall.
How do you come back from something like that?
Well,
this is the thing.
First of all, you ask yourself, how come?
How come?
Second is, how can I resolve? And that time lapse between that question and that momentum and what you need to do to recover, that means to reorganize, to settle, to scale down, and literally take 1.5 years up to 2 years to clean up.
Wow.
And that in a period that we really thought, okay, will we survive this momentum?
I don't know how you could.
And again, when you are swamped in, you're there.
Yeah.
But there's light at the end of the tunnel always. But
Wow.
With the right people around you, with your family, with your friends, and really with new friends that are rising up. It's inspiring finally.
Wow.
And it was a good transition.
Yeah. What would you say your positive learning? I'm a great believer in positive learnings. Every darkest hour, there's always something good there. You know what I mean? Like there's a learning, even if it's bad. There's a learning. What was your learning? If there was a positive learning.
it was, of course, finally a positive learning. But it is important to stay honest. To stay honest to yourself.
Yeah.
It's just for your soul. Did I do everything what was in my ability to solve this matter? And after doing that, I had to learn to take care of myself. While I can say if the intention is always to take care about your environment, now it learned me to say, okay, now I need to settle it for myself, to clean it up, and to think immediately, how can I use this, let's say, darkest hour into, let's say, the new chapter of life that you need to say to yourself, okay, this is, let's say, end of project, settle it, continue, and use that experience to set up a new Insomnia Global feeling.
And so what was the next positive thing that happens after that?
The next positive thing was cleaning it up, thinking about the future of entertainment, telecom, and services. And this is where we are right today with Athalos. So, and I'm very happy to share also, beside with the team and the growth of the company and the growth of trust from outside in, that you have to work on filtering the right energy around you. Because everything is energy as well now. But the negative part was resonating positive to a better frequency. And to say finally, okay, we will stop Insomnia Global, that's it. And now in 2014, we started up Athalos.com. And with great, let's say, shareholders, friends in business, I met great people who had confidence in us. And finally, if you look at now the pandemic period with festivals and events and, if I should have Insomnia Global today, I wouldn't exist anymore.
Exactly.
So there's a message somewhere that I had to transform from one idea to the other one, but still believe in the combination of music, lifestyle, and entertainment.
So tell me a little bit about the rhythm of life. That's a phrase, the rhythm of life. Talk to me about the rhythm of life.
The rhythm of life. The rhythm of life is is an event that I already gave in 2006. It was a business-to-business event.
Okay.
Because in the days I was, doing my own small productions, business to business, business to consumer. And Rhythm of Life was a name that we invented. And it was very successful. There were 3 stages of consciousness: awake, dream, and deep sleep. So awake, dream, and deep sleep as, let's say, entering the room of the event with resonating frequency of music, audio, visuals. And then going into the next level, it's the party, and you go to the other level, it's the after party. This was a little bit of the spiritual feeling, simply saying, the feeling that we wanted to explore. So one of the projects that we started was Rhythm of Life. And that was so deep also here that I couldn't leave the name. It was theater, it was food for thought. It was celebration, it was engaging, it was entertainment with a beautiful theater group, Antagon, from Germany.
Oh, really?
Yeah, these guys were amazing. They did things that, you didn't see even at Cirque du Soleil, for instance. Very raw theater.
Really?
Burning stuff, really burning stuff. Electric guitars, gaming fire, a lot of things. Nice footage on that.
Wow,
but long story
I'd like
short,
to see that.
long story short, there was an amazing time. And then you think about the reinvention of some concepts. So I thought, okay, let's see how we can use Rhythm of Life, the live celebration, as a global event center for future communication of Athalos. So Rhythm of Life is, although it's COVID time, it's under preparation now to release as a global event. And but let's build the story.
Yeah.
So this is the journey into Rhythm of Life.
We even just touched on that, when you talk about the 360-degree virtual dome. I mean, whenever you talk about any of these things, it's like, wow, I want to go, Tell me a little bit about that again, because it sounded really interesting. I mean, it's nothing I've ever experienced before, but it's like, wow, I want to go to that event.
The idea is that when a couple of years ago, because the heart is still beating because of the events, in the entertainment
It's in your blood. It's in your DNA.
Music is always there, and visualization is always there. Because I'm an image thinker. It's always about color. It's about the schedule in your head. Nevertheless, so we got also. This is about synchronicity. When you have that idea, suddenly you meet the right person that says, "Okay, but I heard you talking about that. I might have a vendor to develop that."
Right.
So there is a company that is delivering global event centers, mobile event centers.
Mobile event centers.
Mobile event centers, for free up to 4,000 people.
Wow.
Create a dome.
Create a dome.
And create a 360 degrees experience, let's call it the fifth dimension feeling, into the dome.
Wow.
So not only music is there, not only visuals, but the 360 degrees possibility. So you're standing to the incomplete feeling of the event. We already made a setup for that.
Really?
So, but again, we had to break down this
pause
because of what is happening. Okay. But still, it's there.
Even around the events, I know today you had a great meeting with Marco from the UN Global Compact. Just tell me a little bit about, that seemed like it's an exciting time and things moving forward. Tell me a little bit about that meeting.
Thanks. It was a very, very open-minded and very positive meeting. Thanks to Marco from UN Global Compact, the Netherlands, and to Subair Elwani, who is our Global Partnership Director, who is responsible for rolling out our global awareness in the direction of sustainable development programs, which are mainly related to United Nations alignments. So thanks to all these years also, when I met Subair 5 years ago, I think it was at the World Humanitarian Summit in Istanbul.
Yeah.
And again, it's about synchronicity, the right momentum, the right person, the right idea.
You're in the right place at the right time.
We shook hands, we had a talk. Even the event was almost closed down. We were still standing talking. And then we said, let's continue our conversation and see what we can do together. And finally, we got admission to the UN Global Compact to become a member.
Which is a big thing.
For us, it is a big thing because at the end of the day, it's about recognition what you do. And of course, it's about trustworthy where we are going. And what we see nowadays, because of all these initiatives, and again, I'm referring also to COVID period, we need to think beyond that to see how can we go through this process to engage more and you meet the most beautiful souls. And
Kindred Spirits.
Kindred Spirits. I love when you say this. Kindred Spirits. I learned that from you. These are the soulmates and the alignments of people that the souls are getting connected. Because cosmic energy is we are all one. We are all stardust. And I don't want to go too spiritual, and too vague, but I really believe in that.
And this is the sort of stuff we speak about in the car.
This was
it is I'm into my quantum mechanics, and there is only the energy field where it's us. That's what science is yet to find a solid thing.
I have a question to you.
Yes, go on.
The Kindred Spirits. Look, when I heard you already from the beginning, all the energy that you have, the holistic view that you have, the reference that you build up in your life. What did you learn from Kindred Spirits for you personally in this life? Related to your beautiful wife?
I tell you what, same. I'll answer it in a funny way. I think when I look back on my life, what I would say is like synchrodestiny, synchronicity, things that at the time seemed bad. It was like a bad thing. Like I've been married twice, so divorced, but I'm so glad that first marriage ended because I'm so happy now with my second wife. The nightclub in Greece, used to have a big nightclub making millions of dollars, and that dropped out from under me. Won't go into why.
When was that? When was that?
It's not far from your time, mate. That was 2001. 2001. So I just lose $1 million business like that overnight. and for reasons we won't go into. And but that was the birth for me of Utopia, the online community. Now, as you know, we were building Facebook and MySpace 6 years before them, but I ended up $100,000 in debt on that because I didn't go out and I self-funded all the way through using all the money from the. So, but all of those things, what I'm trying to get when I look back. So I know you're asking about kindred spirits, but I think everything that happens in life is destiny.
That's it.
There's no such thing as a bad thing. That's why I'm always asking about the positive learnings. What are the positive learnings? What did you discover? You know, it's always about that. And in the years gone by, say in the last period, I've definitely learnt, you know, when you do have that connection with people or you see that synchronicity, follow it. You know, follow that journey, and it's amazing where it will lead. I mean, like, where are we? Here today in Holland. Yeah. Beautiful out there. Bononova.
Fantastic. Bononova, another feeling.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about it? Let's segue into that. Figure that, because we're going to meet some incredible people tonight, right? Seven people. Seven people.
I told you, I believe in the cosmic number is 7, QI. It's a Chinese number. It's a lucky number. It's, by the way, a little bit back to Athalos, the semantic logo is based on 7 colors.
7 colors.
7, now it's white. We are a star, right?
The star.
The star. But Bononova is also an initiative that started with some friends. We want to do something together. Okay? When we had no children, no wife, and again, we are very dedicated to our families, right?
Definitely.
But still, it's important to take care of yourself in a way that you can meet people with a purpose that is engaging. But not because you have to, but because we want to have a journey together. Because Athalos is for me now the way. It's the journey, and a lot of
big
things.
Vision. You got a big vision.
And let's see how it will be
evolve.
Released. But it starts with the mind. But with Bononova, which means new way, new journey. When I started this initiative with a couple of friends, I meet all the time people with the same feeling that they want to do something. Wining, dining, and dance. So that feeling, to buy your own wines with a good, let's say, supplier that we have now from Italy, or developing a great cocktail which is called Bellini, because again another person is offering that, up to the pop-up events that we can use in our cooperation. You get a lot of excitement back, but also good times. So tonight we have dinner. 7 guys. Somewhere outside at a beautiful place, good food, good people, good conversations. And also, what I found out with myself, I want to do something always with a purpose. But sometimes it's also good to see where it goes.
Yeah, just enjoy the process.
So new journey, new life, Bononova. Soon, hopefully revealed. and Joost, who is the video director, also for Athalos.
He's an incredible artist.
He's amazing.
Been so impressed.
He's such a talent. Is involved into complete registration, which we did last year in Italy on a beautiful location, which is called Montefibiano. It's like a beautiful pearl somewhere in Umbria, which is a very cultural and spiritual, let's say, area in Italy. So we got engaged. Vincent, who is
a famous DJ, producer. Yeah, I mean, unbelievable.
The guy is amazing.
I'm so impressed. When he played me his song, I'm like, I know that song,
and he's here.
I know. He's in the background here. Audio producer of this podcast and stuff. What's the name of your song again? Ready or not, here I go. You get right. I mean, dude, that's so. I know that song. I'm sure that's a Ministry of Sound. Oh my God, I know that song.
Man, amazing. Why?
You're the guy.
Why are we not going to use that song as the unique song Ready or not?
Ready or not?
No.
You can.
Yesterday we had this intervision session of marketing. We need to find a song, right? We have a couple of things that we will share someday. But also that song is resonating all the time here.
Ready or not?
Because it's so good. It's so good produced. So Vincent will join tonight. Of course, you as the best marketeer of this
global marketeer.
planet Earth in this cosmic space. Hopefully, we have Juriaan aboard.
Who's he?
Who is my cousin and one of my best friends, and a very good, let's say, professional in buying stuff all around the world. Robert, when I started Insomnia Global, he was immediately my designer and my web designer who made the logo and all the stuff, and is doing all the, let's say, the web stuff.
Did he do the bononova logo, which I like? It's a nice site, nice logo, very good.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
And hopefully a mystery guest.
Ooh.
I will tell you later. So, to be honest, Glenn, I'm a bit thirsty now.
I think it's time to wrap it up. I think we need to have a beer. We have a pub upstairs in the office here, don't we?
Why not?
A proper pub.
Just a beer.
Yeah, I think we should have a beer.
You know, the house is open. Everybody is welcome. By the way, if everybody's watching now, please join us for free drinks until...
it's virtual drinks. It's virtual drinking clock.
Virtual drink time.
5:30, perfect.
By the way,
right,
man,
thank you. It's so fun. It's fun.
Thank you so much for being together.
Oh, thank you. I thank you for inviting me to Holland. And I'm honoured to be here. And it's a very exciting journey we are on, my friend.
We are. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye.
Welcome to the world of Athalos.